Welcome to Gen Con 2010. We're here covering the show for GameSalute.com, and we're here with Mike Selinker from Lone Shark Studios, right? Or Lone Shark Development. Lone Shark Games. And we are showing off the new hotness just coming out here at the show. Lords of Vegas, the latest name for the Vegas game that James, Ernest, and Mike have designed as part of their design studio. Mayfair is publishing this. What you see in front of you is not the regular size. It's a jumbo one for the show. So everything in here is normal size. In this nice little box, we have this nice jumbo one to show off. So welcome to the show, Mike.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on the show.
Okay, so what's the overview? What are we doing here? We're all Lords of Vegas. We're trying to take over the whole town?
Yeah, you start out with Vegas in 1940 with nothing on the board, and eventually you drop in these massive casinos that allow you to make points and to expand your domains and so forth. So that you're at the end of the game, you are the absolute king of Las Vegas.
Awesome. So why don't you give us a quick overview of how we start and what we do as we play?
Absolutely. So basically in the game, there are everybody has a whole bunch of dice. There are 48 dice in this game, but they're not constantly rolled. It's not a crazy random game. You try to you get properties on the board. They make you money because they're parking lots, but you can build them into casinos when you get cash to do so. You drop your die in the center of the casino with the number that's on the board, and that tells you your power in the casino. The largest die in the casino is the one that owns it, and they get all the points. So there's constantly battling for who runs which casino.
And it looks like there's different sizes, or are they all six? Like this is a casino here?
Yeah, so casinos have multiple tiles. So three tiles of the same color next to each other are one casino. And so the bigger the casino is, the better it is, because as the game goes on, the casinos that make you 1 point or 2 points stop making you any points at all. So you have to just keep getting bigger and bigger and more aggressive and more expansive, taking over what you can, making deals. You can trade at any point for nearly anything in the game. And so you constantly say, I'll trade you my ownership in this casino for the parking lot over there plus $20 million.
Okay, so we're in high stakes here.
Absolutely, absolutely. We saw somebody make a play yesterday. They had $106 million to spend, and they just went through and they changed the entire landscape of the board, and the game ended on the next turn, and he won the game just because of that one colossal turn. So
what are these casinos down the side here, those tracking?
Yeah, so there's 9 cards of every casino. They each have a theme. The Albion Partners makes Excalibur fantasy medieval themed casinos, and Sphinx Development makes Egyptian casinos and so forth. And they're really thematically linked. You can see them. The art is so gorgeous. You can look down at a casino and you can see the Sphinxes on one and the aliens on the Vega Alliance ones and so forth. And so you just get this sense that these big colossal monstrosities are just popping up on the strip, destroying everything that was under them in the first place, which is exactly how Las Vegas happens.
I was going to say, did you have to do a lot of research trips? Did you and James have to go to Vegas a lot?
We certainly spent a lot of our time making sure this game was accurate. There was no question that, So
where are the buffets? Do I have buffets?
they're all in the big casinos. Right. The best buffets are in the biggest casinos.
Cool. Now, we got this little scoring track going around the outside, and it gets stars up here, and that says double bonus. What's that all mean?
Okay, so if you look at the scoring track, not all the numbers from 1 to 90 are represented on it. As I mentioned, the smaller casinos stop making you money because after your 8th point, you need 2 points to get to 10. There's no 9. So one casino doesn't get you anything, right? So after your 20th point, you need 3 points to get to 23. There's no 21, there's no 22, and so on and so on until we get to this upper reaches of the board where it goes 60, 66, 73, 81, 90, and 90 is an instant win. Never has happened, as far as I can tell. My co-designer James, hit 81 yesterday, and he spent the rest of the game just saying, for God's sake, let the right card come out so that I can get to 90 and be the only person who's ever done this. Never happened.
So there you go. You could be the first to win instant win in Lords of Vegas with 90 points.
And we want to hear about it. We want to know exactly. Take a picture of the board. If you do that, send it in. We want to see what happens when somebody gets to 90 points.
And then you send that. Your website's loansharkgames.com, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just send it to me at loansharkgames.com. I'd love to see it. It would be great.
Cool. So the dice, I know you mentioned you put them in there matching what's on the board, so they're like little counters. Do you roll the dice at all during the game?
Yeah. The game has a situation where there's something called a reorganization. Reorganization is you pay the value of the dice that are on the board. And so all the pips that are showing of all the dice that are in a particular casino, and then you re-roll all the dice, and whatever happens after that happens. So if you had 2 dice in a casino, but they were not as big as the 1 die the other person had, they have a 6 and you have a 1 and a 2, pay your $9 and roll the dice. Because then you might get a 5 and a 4, and they may get a 1, and all of a sudden it's your casino and you get all the points. They can come back over and do it again next turn, but they have a less of a good chance of doing so because they only have 1 die in the casino and you have 2, right?
So is that something that you can do every turn? It's an option every turn?
Yeah, you can do everything every turn.
Well, you have options every turn. You can't do everything every turn, right?
Right. You can do of all the options the game gives you. You can do all of them on your turn. There are some things you can only do once, but basically, like for example, there's a game object in the game. There's a mechanic called gambling. Of course, couldn't be a Vegas game without gambling. You take $5 of your dollars or $10 of your dollars, whatever, and you go over to somebody else's casino and you roll the field bet from craps. And if you win, you get their money, and if you lose, they get your money. And that can be really useful because if you realize, you just need $2 more to do the most colossal, crazy, amazing thing on the board you could possibly think of, well, you go get that $2. Well, but if it didn't happen, you weren't going to be able to do that anyhow, and you just give the $2 up, and that's the end of that, right? So
and that's what the little gambling thing is for?
Yeah, there's a little area on the board that shows a craps table, basically, and you roll, and if you get 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, or 11 or 12, you win, and if you get 5 to 8, which is slightly more common, the house wins.
Cool. So how long does the game usually play?
Takes about 60 minutes.
60 minutes. And what's the price on this bad boy?
You would have to ask that question.
$49, I want to say. It looks like a $49 box to me.
Sounds about right to me, but unfortunately I don't know exactly. But there's only 100 copies here at this show. The rest will be arriving in the States within a month or two. So
okay, great. So previewing here at Gen Con and at your local stores in about a month. And they can order it through mayfairgames.com as well, I believe, if they don't have it. So at 2 to 4 players, you said you can't play solitaire and you can't play more than up to 5, right?
Well, not yet.
Oh, a little spoiler there. Not yet. Now, this is Lords of Vegas. I know it's been through a lot of name changes. Can ladies play this game too, or is it just for the lords?
Oh, it's always ladies' night in Lords of Vegas.
All right. So they get like free bonuses and stuff?
Absolutely. All the drinks they want.
Sweet. Great. Was there anything else you wanted to share with us about Lords of Vegas, or does that pretty much cover the kind of overview of the game?
Well, I'm just really excited to see it out. We've been playing this literally. There are literally hundreds of people who play tested this game, and it got better every step of the way because of them doing so over at James's house, over at my house, at least 20 conventions, right? And so now that it's done and it looks phenomenal, and they did a great job with the rules and all that. It's just so great to have it in our hands and be able to show it off and be able to play it at our house. James and I have been playing it nonstop all weekend. We're not interested in stopping.
All right, so that's the hallmark of a good game, especially when you're the designer and you've already played it 1 billion times before it comes to press, and now you're really excited about still playing it, so that's great. So, Lords of Vegas from Mayfair Games, out in about a month. Thanks for joining us, Mike. We really appreciate you taking the time. We hope you have a great rest of the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me on the show.